Check. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome in. Thank you for tuning in for another last-minute live stream. Yet again, let me turn this down just a little bit. I think it was a little bit too loud. I noticed my audio levels were not awesome on the stream yesterday, but yet again, here we are on the way back from the schoolhouse. I am officially done with induct training, and I am ready to just get into the system side of things now. And on the way home, since we got done at midday, I said, you know what? Another perfect opportunity for an NG stream, and I got myself a couple of additional checklist items and flows that I'm going to be looking at here off screen to kind of help me get in the swing of things for getting my procedures down. So we have completed the death by PowerPoint. We've got the stream up and running. We've got the rest of the week off. We're going to sit back, relax, and enjoy some flying. Real 737 driver. Not yet, Nabil. I can't claim that title, my man. I'm just a wannabe 737 driver. So not yet. Can't. Don't worry. I will title the first stream after my type raid 737 driver confirmed. But until then, I do not possess any of the knowledge required to claim that title. So, but glad you're here. See what's got. Brand of Sim Pilot. What's up, Todd? AJ Frenari. Oh my goodness, is that a PC-12 driving by? Don't tell Flight Navy. Don't tell Full Flap Sim, a PC-12. That might be the SimWorks PC-12 right there, too. AJ, what's up? Good to see you, man. Eastern T3, what's up? Chris Stuper, my man. Hope all is well. Turk, what's up? American Emmy, oh my goodness. Turks with an S is here. What's up, man? Hope you enjoyed Indoc. Have come to learn to love the mecca of hyperlinks. That is our manuals. Hope you don't get lost in the labyrinth building too many times. Hey, Turk, I only got lost, I think, 2 or 3 times. I will tell you this, though. As far as hyperlinks, absolutely amazing. So I come from airlines that never used hyperlinks, and you just had to open manual upon manual upon manual. So I am absolutely loving the hyperlink situation right now. Much better than previous experiences. So, but all is well, man. It was a great couple of weeks there in at the schoolhouse and doing some training. So I look forward to just kind of getting back in the swing of things here, getting into some studying and preparing for the 737 NG as we look. Oh, look at that one taking off. Man, that's a good sound. Can you guys hear that? That's a pretty good sound for a traffic 7.3. Not bad. Water, what's up, my man? Water, you're dead to me since you beat me on fantasy football and ended my season, so I'm not talking to you anymore. But good to see you as well, my friend. Let me get my Volanta tracker up. I didn't ever activate our flight plan. It looks like we have some snow or some icing conditions up there towards Jackson Hole. We'll see what happens on our flight over there. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. Hope you guys are ready. Let's go ahead and fire this bad boy up, get going. We are rocking the 800 Post-United livery, and we got the split Simtars on there today. I'm going to say these are my, if I had to rank Boeing wings, and I wish I had a question for Rondazzo. I should have asked him on the podcast. Why can't we get rid of the wing tips like we used to in FSX? I miss my winglets version. But if I had to rank wing tips on the 737, it would be straight wing, number 1, looks the best. Regular winglet, number 2. And then the max winglet, number 3. And number 4 would be the split Simtar. Split Simtar is probably my least favorite of the 3 options or 4 options, depending on how you look at it, as far as my personal opinion on the appearance of the winglet. But it does. We're going to mix it up here. We had the regular blended winglet yesterday. So, ooh, a Prime Air 767. Get ready to go to work out there, too. You like the split Simtar, Zach? I don't know, man. It looks, I don't know. It's too, like, crabby. I don't know. The Max one is cool. I like the Max one. I think for some reason I like the Max one better. But anyway, that's what we got. 737-800. We'll reset the drone cam here. We'll hop into the flight deck, and I just finished binding some views. Uh-oh, chat. I can't do it yet. I think I'm going to try. I think I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to have to move because I have my Throttletek Quadrant that I'm probably going to try to mount on my left side. And then, because I don't want to move my Bravo, because then I'd have to move this and that and that. But if I put my Throttletek Quadrant on the left side, I might be able to just start. But until then, I can't, because right now my throttles are on the right, and it would just really throw me off because I'd have like I'd be sitting here in this point of view or in the first officer's point of view, but my throttles, I feel like that's really causing issues. So we're going to keep it like this for now, but I'm going to play with my hardware setup here on the HQ, and I may end up switching that around just to get an eye on it. Yeah, man, I love the left seat, man. It's such a shame. Wingletless, please. Are you going to fly the 600? Oh, Spurious Podge, absolutely. That's one of my. I actually really enjoyed the 600 on 2020 because of the wingletless option, and I would use it as like a pseudo 500 or 400 variant. I'd put the old U.S. Airways liveries on it and stuff with the wingletless option. But if you think back to the day, PMDG had a wingletless version in FSX, and I think they had it in P3D, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm pretty sure we had the 800 wingletless version because you could replicate Alaska ops, which is very rare. And I think Alaska, actually, I know Alaska retired their 7.3. Was it the 900 without it, or was it an 800 without the winglet? So they're not rocking them anymore real world, but it was a nice option. I just like straight wings. I'm a simple guy. Canadian, thank you for the 10 gifted subs, my man. Hope all is well up there in the great white Canadian north. You know what? We might do some WestJet ops, find some cold weather. I got to look at some of the anti-ice procedures and stuff for this airplane, so I think we might be going north here pretty soon this week. So hope all is well, man. Thank you for the gifted subs. Hope the flying is going well, and just having a grand old time up there. Stay warm. All right, let's go ahead and do our power up procedure, which I have here. So I'm going to just go ahead and do my power up procedure. And actually, before I do that, let's connect ground power so it's a little bit more realistic. Let's go ground ops. Let's just go ahead and do this right now. We'll get ground power requested. I don't know how to move the jet bridges. I'm at a default Portland, I think, and I think it forgot the terminal there, which is also not very awesome. But we'll do that, and we'll open. Oh, that's open. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, we got ground vehicle connected. That's all we need for right now. So power up procedure. Battery switch guarded. How this sounds. I'll juice them up a little bit. So I noticed yesterday my sounds were kind of washed out on playback. So I've made some adjustments. I've made some adjustments to the sound in OBS. So hopefully it doesn't drown out my voice as bad. Let me know if it's good enough or not. But there we go. So we got the battery switch is on. Standby power switch is guarded. That looks good. Alternate flap switch is guarded. Left and right wiper selectors are off. And landing gear lever is down. We got 3 green lights, and now we can go ahead and connect. Wrong direction. Beautiful. All right, that is a simple power-up procedure. With the simple power-up procedure, we're going to go ahead and let everything kind of come to life here. You know what? FS actions. No, I had my alignment to fast. I wanted to change that here. Auto realistic. Yes, yes, yes. Was there an alignment time? I think my alignment time was pretty much on instant. Oh, I gotta change that. So, yeah, I'm in a new variant. Oh, I gotta change this. Hold on. So yeah, I'm in a new variant. Tiller, rudder only. Oh, you know what? Hold on. We're gonna have problems. I totally forgot. Give me 1 second, guys. We're in a new variant. It just takes 1 second in 2024, but I gotta set my my controls up. We're rocking 737 Blackbirds today. We're rocking basic rudders. We're rocking Cat 3 Tiller today because I don't have Blackbird plugged in right now. Unfortunately, CLS and yoke is going to be where's PMDG, I think, is what or set 777. Do I have 777? Yeah, 777. I use the same yoke settings. Yep. That's all I have bound to it is just autopilot off and disconnect. Okay, that's good. Throttletek, I'm going to use you as the parking brake only. All right, beautiful. Okay, now we're cooking. Hopefully that doesn't screw everything up here. Let's go ahead and go back to the top. That's all good. You said it was an IRS options? Well, it already aligned, so I guess it doesn't matter. Oh well. That's fine. It already aligned. Whatever. Let's go ahead and run our overhead flow. Niche. All right. Let's go ahead and start this over there. Believe it or not, I don't see anything in our manuals for leading edge flap testing for originating flow or anything like that, which is unfortunate because I literally think that's a cool little test function up there. But let's go ahead and get this set up. We'll go in align nav, align nav. That's fine. STS system left interphone is off. Dome is off. We've got 3 green lights. Oxygen 1600 psi. Normal and guarded. EEC switch is on. Audio panel is set. Flight recorder guarded. Illume light is on. Nav 1. Or excuse me, Nav 1. Mach 1 and 2. We need 4 minutes of power before we can do the stall warning test, so that looks fine. And we'll come back and go over here. So flight controls A and B. Now a lot of these switches, you'll notice that we don't really move them in the sim, but because I am trying to get my flows down, I'm saying what they are out loud, so I'm training my eyes, right? So we can know where things are. Flight control AB is closed, low pressure illuminator, spoiler AB guarded. Let's see, we got alternate flaps guarded. That is in the off position. Yaw damper on, not aligned. Nope. There we go. Yaw damper illuminates or is extinguished. Navigation panel is all in the neutral position. Displays are auto and normal. We got engine valve and spar valve blue illuminated. Fuel pumps are off. We got low pressure lights, 4 of them. Back to this side. We're on ground power. We'll leave you as is. We got cabin utilities. IFE passengers are on. IDGs guarded. Standby power closed. Drive lights illuminated. Ground power is on. Gen off bus lights illuminated. APU is off, not required right now. Panel brightness, that looks fine. Equipment cooling is normal. Emergency lights armed. Chime and seatbelt sign off. Wipers are off. We already checked those. Window heats, we'll turn you on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Probes in auto. 1, 2, 3, 4 green lights. We got amber probe heat lights. Engine anti-ice and wing anti-ice is off. Electric pumps are electric off. Forward entry doors open. CVR. Green light, check. We got 0, 0. Looking good. Back up to the top. Voice recorder is in auto. Trim air is on as required. Ram doors are full open. Recircs auto. Pack off, open, off. That is fine. Bleeds on. APU bleed is off. Flight altitude, since I'm looking at it, will spin up 370. And in auto. Lights coming left to right. Everything is normal the way it should be. Logo is on. Wonderful. Coming across the top here, we're going to throw terrain on the captain's side. Flight director. Auto throttle is armed, which I can't believe we do this in the origination flow. That is set. We could put weather up on the right-hand side. That's fine. Coming back around, we are normal. FMC. Autopilot, that checks. Reset, test the Christmas tree. Beautiful. We are auto. Engine page. Need to populate you. We need 12 quarts and an NG. We're looking good. Anti-skid is off. Anti-skid light is off. RTO, auto brake, disarm light, illuminates and then goes out. Flap 0, lights out. Hydraulics, we don't have any pressure right now, that's fine. And that looks good. Then we come back around this side. And these are all normal. Ground procs, that's all in. JipWiz is in op. That's because we're not aligned fully. These are all closed and guarded. Coming back over here, clock is correct. Everything is the way we want it. FMC, we'll do that in a minute. Speed brakes, flaps are up, retracted. APU, I totally forgot this here. Totally forgot this yesterday. We're going to go ahead and do tests, fire test. In op. And then we'll do 1, 2, APU, engine overheat, boom, beautiful. Check the APU. So 1, 2, beautiful. Stab trims are looking good. Coming down here, panel set as required. Everything is fine. Leave you in XPDR mode right now. Rudder trim is 0. There is something about doing a rudder test right now. You turn on the electric hydraulics, and then you set the rudder trim 0 and 0, as long as you're not connected to the tow bar and all that fancy jazz. But we'll go ahead and bypass all of those. Wonderful. Origination flow is complete. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything here. All right, then now that leaves us to FMS pre-flight. So we're cooking with gas. Let's go ahead and get the ATIS. See what's going on. I missed a super chat there. What was that? Brad Ward, 4725. My friend, thank you for the 6 Canadian. Yes, please. WestJet Ops. My man. WestJet Ops coming at you. Coming at you soon. I guess, do you listen to the ATIS like old school pilots used to? I don't have enough desk space to put my checklist and my iPads. See here. Oh, it would help if you turn on the radio, right? Watch your ears.
Information Yankee.
Janky.
Portland Airport Information Yankee.
I'm going to plug away at the FMC while we're doing this.
Wind 285 at 4. Visibility 10. Ceiling 1100 overcast. Temperature 08. 2.06. Altimeter 3026. Landing and departing runways 10 left, 10 right. Red Beckle hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Yankee.
Janky. Clarence, good afternoon. United 357, clearance to Jackson Hole with Yankee, please. Oh, you know what? My mic is not going to be connected because I didn't. My stupid computer reset. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm going to pull in our EFB flight anyway. Boom. We'll get that populating. Hold on, I gotta reset beyond ATC. But while that does that, let's go ahead and get our SimBreed flight plan. Portland to Jackson Hole. Select route, and that's gonna go ahead and start uplinking. So what happened is when you launch beyond ATC, if your mic's not on, which my mic wasn't on when I boot up my PC for some reason, it didn't recognize it, so that's why. Gotta reboot it here. As a note, expect the stream to last about 48 minutes longer than previously due to so many switches and buttons. Vodka, I know, man. Missed the Airbus after having to hit 200 switches for the 7.3 flow. Piano Maniac, you know what? Believe it or not, no, dude. I love it, man. It's there's just more to do. I'm excited right now. It'll probably wear off. I'm sure it'll wear off, and then I'll miss my bus. But as of right now, man, it's something different. I've been on the same airplane for 10 years, and before that, I flew a highly automated jet as well. So, I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be different, and it's the closest I'm going to get to 727. So let's go ahead and see if we get a clearance now. Clarence, good afternoon. United 357, clearance to Jackson Hole with Yankee. Bueller?
United 357, ready to pick up IFR clearance to Jackson Hole Airport.
Fine, I'll just let the FO do the radios. It's gonna be this
United 357, Portland clearance, cleared to Jackson Hole. Lava 7 departure with the Pendleton transition, then as filed. Maintain 4000, departure frequency 118.1, squawk 3752.
Lava 7, 10 left.
Cleared to Jackson Hole. Lava 7 departure with the Pendleton transition, then as filed. Maintain 4000, departure frequency 118.1, squawk 3752, United 357.
United 357, read back correct. Contact ground 121.9er when ready for push or start.
Ground 121.9er when ready for pushback or engine start, United 357.
All right. Well, that's an easy flight plan. Uplink the whole thing. What was the super good arrival into Jackson Hole that we flew last time? Do you guys remember? Right now we have us planning landing on runway 19. That's not the juice arrival, is it? Yeah, it is. It's the RNAV X-ray? I think it might have been the RNAV X-ray. RNAV X-ray 19. RNAV X-ray 19. I'm just going to throw that in for right now. And then I'm gonna load up transitions and stuff here in a minute. We don't have any star going in there, so that's fine. So departure, arrival, that looks fine right there. Let's go back to init ref. Gross weight, we got to do all of our loading here real quick. So let's go over to ground ops. Nope, let's go to weight and balance. Load the Simbri flight plan. 88% on the PAX level. That should give us 14.9 on the fuel, 0 fuel weight, 125.0 will uplink that. Cost index is 59. Reserves, looking at my flight plan here, reserve fuel was 1459. We have an alternate of Idaho, but that doesn't include that, so it's going to be let's round up, 1.5 reserve. Cruise altitude 370. Execute that N1. We're not going to do any derating today, so we're going to leave you 26K, no bump, or excuse me, no derate. 26K takeoff. I actually have. Let's use the speeds from our. No, we should use the actual speeds, but let me see what my speeds are here, and then I'm going to load in a jet. So we're going to be doing a flap 5 departure across the board is what it looks like. Flaps 5, trim 23.0, which will give us stab trim 4.8. That checks. And 33, 35 leads on. We'll use the that's wet runway speeds. Hold on. Wow, that's very close. So 35, 34, 35, 45. So we'll just use the PMDG speeds. They're a little bit more conservative, but they're within 1 knot. That's pretty cool. All right. All right, our speeds are set. We'll also set V2 up here, 146. We're going to have to change a couple other things here. New places under Meacham, Crosswind Lake, and Noisy. Oh, what's up, Al W? Good to see you, my man. It is a noisy airport for sure. AJ, thanks for the $3 super chat. Congrats on realizing toggles beat Corey's. Thanks, AJ, for that $3 super chat. Oh, my goodness. Runway 10 left. We'll set our heading. Runway 10. 0-ish. 102. 102. Course line coming back around. We would set that. It's getting a good habit right now. Although I can't wait for Windwing to update. So Windwing is typically pretty quick. Hopefully they'll have an update within a day or two when this airplane decides to release from PMDG. They're pretty quick with their updates. So 102, 102, 102. Initial altitude. That's going to be on the Lava 7, 4,000 feet. Now I can't actually set this via my Bravo. So I'm going to set 4,000 right there. 4,000 feet is set. Heading 102 is set. All right, that all checks. Flight directors, good, good, good. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and get the APU running. So APU power up. We got the bleed is off. Left forward fuel pump. And APU to start. And let's take a listen outside. All right. See, I'm missing a terminal out there. Not good. Don't forget EO, Excel, and Barrowmans. Oh, I did forget that. See, I don't have enough places on my desk to set, because I need to set up like my flow guide, my checklist, my flight plan. My desk has been taken over by hardware. local. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, set TPS engine out, acceleration altitude in the mins, which I don't know what that's going to be today, but let's set let's just set, well, we'd set 1,000, right? Or probably be 1,200. I'm not going to look it up. I don't have an actual TPS, but we'll pretend it's 1,200. If I can get there. I can't wait to see how this functions in the real jet because it drives me nuts setting barrels in the 7.3 in the sim world. All right. All right, barrelman set TCAS 3752. We need to get that in here. 3752. We'll throw you on at the gate. TARA. We would start the chrono, which I got to figure out how to start there. Let's see. That looks good. Start the first officer's chrono. Nope. Nope. Chrono. There we go. For 2 minutes for the APU bleed. While that's getting set up, we'll put terrain back up on the captain's side. He's going to be flying. Let's run a B4 start checklist. Parking brake is set. I set it with my hardware. Let's make sure it is set. Yep. Parking brake is set. Oxygen. Oh, this is actually really cool. I forgot to do this yesterday. The sounds and the appropriate oxygen function is functional here. That doesn't make any sense, but just watch. So we're on, we'll do a regular test, push to test.
Alaska 1278 at gate Charlie 18.
And it
Request
goes off.
pushback and engine start.
Down the ATC. Now if we move this to emergency, press and hold, right? Awesome. So 100%, emergency. Beautiful. Right now, I don't really have the hands to do it the other way, but yeah, so, and then push to reset. So that is proper. Looks good. Oxygen is checked. Navigation, transfer, and display switches, normal and auto. Window heat is on. Pressurization, auto and set. Terrain displays selected. MCP set displays checked. Auto brake, RTO. Fuel quantity and distribution, 14,900 pounds and checked. CDU checked. Engine start levers, cut off. Transponder, TARA. Aileron and rudder trim, 0, 0. Departure briefing. We'll come back to that. Should be completed. Fasten seatbelt sign. We are done fueling. Is on. That's actually, I think, a captain flow. Fasten seatbelt sign is on. APU is on. APU on buses. It is not. It is now. APU on bus. Fuel panel. We are done fueling. Captain flow set. Flight forms and AML. Onboard accepted. Aircraft PEDs off. Beautiful. Okay, we're to the line. Need to do a magic barrel ref here. A couple other things we need to look at. Let's go back here to electronic flight bag.
Alaska 1278 ready to taxi to the active.
Departures. Portland. You know what we don't have?
1278 runway 10 left taxi via Echo. Runway 10 left
Yep,
taxi
lava.
via Echo. Alaska 1278.
Pendleton transition, that looks good. Let's put the 10.9 page on. Pin you. Alright, we are ready now. So, has it been 2 minutes? It has been 2 minutes. Auto, on, but everyone's going to be cooking at the gate here. How do you know the APU is on bus? The lights on bus light is extinguished, bruh. But we can go ahead and disconnect all that stuff. So let's move back over here. Let's go ground ops. Ground connections, rather. Release you. Close all doors. And then we will also cool the shocks. Get that all ready to go. Would have taken off an hour ago on the bus. That's probably true. Probably true. We did all that. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, pre-flight. The captain would have done that. I would have done all of that. And then after fueling, 10 minutes prior to gate departure, the captain would have done all that. And I would do that. So, in that case, I would come up here. We're going to go on, boom, boom, off, on, and there. And we are ready now.
United 357, gate Echo 4, request pushback and engine start.
United 357, Portland ground, pushback approved, face northeast.
Alright.
Pushback approved,
Below the
face
line. Probe
northeast,
heat is on.
United
Hydraulic panel is set.
357.
Doors and windows closed and locked. Anti-collision light is on. Alt-P. Brakes released. Oh. How do you turn off your Zulu or Yankee arrival for 19 into Jack? It'll say Zulu or Yankee on the chart. I haven't actually looked at it yet, Gray Austin. We'll have to take a look at that en route. Thanks for the $5 super chat. But yeah, the RNAV, X-ray, or Yankee, they're just different approaches. Landing altitude is not 0. You're right. We forgot that. What's the landing altitude in Austin? In Jackson Hole? It's high up there, isn't it? I'm going to have to pull out a chart, aren't I? Pressurization panel was not set. I'm a liar. Airport 6451. Man. How is none of this stuff automated in 20? It like blows my mind. I'm not necessarily complaining, but I just like how did Boeing go so long without that? Push complete. Set brakes. Let's start them up. Start engines. Alright, grounding 2. Ah! Should have been on left. Because we used, what did we use yesterday? We used right yesterday. N1 rotation. Fuel on. Start on 2, grounding 1.
Alpha Tango Bravo, SkyWest 3350.
Maybe it sounds more from back here. To listen from behind the wing.
SkyWest 3350, cross runway 10 left at Alpha 4. Continue taxi via Alpha 4, Kilo, Alpha, Tango, Bravo.
Cross runway 10 left at Alpha 4. Continue taxi via Alpha 4, Kilo, Alpha Tango Bravo, SkyWest 3350.
Mitchell Taylor, can't wait for the 7.3 to come to 2024. Then you can make the full switch to 2020. Yes. I think this is going to be the catalyst. Bring everybody over to the next gen simulator, my man. All right, we got 2 good starts. That's going back there. So we're going to do this. 1, 2, and then it goes boom, 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 boom. That's there. And you're coming off. Meow. All right. RTO flaps 5. I leave the AP lead on? Whoops. No, actually, no, Vodka. No, you're wrong. Don't listen to Full Flap said. The way my operator flies it is the only correct way in the world to fly the 737. So that's the direct. That's how it's directed. It's auto, 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 or it's, yeah, it's from off to auto. It's it's boom, 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 left, left. That's the way it reads in the book. So don't shoot me. He's wrong. All right, flaps 5. Oh, I forgot to check brake pressure too. We're in the green. That looks good. And after start check, please. NISS required, not required. Generators on. Air conditioning and bleeds set. Flaps set. Verify 5. Green light. Flight controls are checked. Recall. Wrong button. Check. All right, let's get out of here.
United 357, runway 10 left taxi via Kilo Echo.
Runway 10 left taxi via Kilo Echo, United 357.
All right, Kilo Echo. I had you pinned, I thought. Where'd you go? All right, we're somewhere over here. Kilo, oh, Echo, yeah. Interesting, we don't go to Kilo 1. No, Kilo Echo. All right, cool. Kilo Echo. Brakes released. Let's go. Got a little Alaska. Got a little frisky behind us there. Nope, start switches don't go to continuous. You're wrong. And every airline that does that is wrong. This is what I love about flight sim. Everyone thinks the way they fly the airplane is the only way to do it. And I admit, I mean, I've been doing a lot of stuff not the way my new operator will want me to fly it. So. Pressure 0? I wish, man. I don't know. We'll see. I think I'm on the wrong taxiway, but... No, Kilo's the inner. We're good. I gotta sit on this side. Hurts my eye. Like, I just feel so disoriented. It does not go to Hunt. No, it does not go to Hunt for us. Listen, you guys fly it whatever way you want to fly it. I gotta fly it the way my operator wants me to fly it. That's what makes me a professional US sim pilot. Just kidding. I'm not that arrogant. But no, really, that's what makes a professional pilot is fly the airplane the way your operator wants you to fly it.
Request pushback and engine
Oh,
start.
Amflight just called up. That's awesome.
United 357, contact Portland Tower 123.775. Take care.
That goes to the next one. AJ, nothing changes. V1's still cutting off people. Hey. Thanks, AJ. Yep. We're still cutting them off. Here comes Echo. And Andre, I can't do it, man. I can't do it. Can't do it. I need to. The problem is, I think it'll be better when I move my hardware around. Like having the throttle on my right side and then sitting in the right side is just, it just adds confusion for me. So right now we're just going to keep it status quo.
7677 Portland Tower, wind 285 at 4, runway 10 right, cleared to land.
Brakes set.
Runway 10 right, cleared to land. Empire Air 7677.
United 357
Alright,
holding short,
LNAV,
runway 10 left.
4,000 set.
United 357 Portland Tower, wind 285 at 4, RNAV to river, runway 10 left, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 10 left, aeronav to river, cleared for takeoff, United 357.
Alright, I'm looking at my flows real quick. Good. Let's go. I think they need to make that stop bar a little bit easier to...
Portland Tower, Southwest 1489, ILS runway 10 left.
Alright, here we go.
Southwest 1489, Portland Tower, continue.
Wilco, Southwest 1489.
What's up? You want to pop in and say thank you to whoever gives us a membership? Robert, what's up, man? Welcome on board, dude. Very nice of you. Alright, I am using a modified CLS profile, so if we have issues with the autopilot engaging, it's Team Vodka's fault because it's his profile. But if I get it the way I like it, we'll go ahead and pin it in the Discord as well. So for the Bruner yoke users out there, we'll have a 7.3 profile for you. Alright, rolling takeoff. Runway heading check, spool them up, 40%. Little forward pressure. Yoga. That's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. Not like people are complaining. Turn it up a little bit for you. 80. Oh, I gotta get rid of that call me FMC. It's my fault.
V1, rotate.
Rotate. That's it, right?
Positive ramp climb.
Fly with. Alright, unbound it, have it rebound it. Ooh, that is beautiful. Oh, yes, yes. I love having the NGN-24, guys. We've been flying X-Plane for a while. 1,000 feet, VNAV speed.
Runway 10 left, clear to land, Southwest 1489.
Flaps 1.
United 357, contact Portland departure.
Contact Portland departure, United 357.
Alright, I know everyone gets upset about doing these. Let's just fly the airplane.
2100.
Flaps up.
57, Portland departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 180.
After takeoff checklist.
Climb and maintain flight level 180, United 357.
What do you say, 180? Oh my gosh, I totally forgot to do the before takeoff checklist, guys. That's alright, we're learning. I totally forgot the before takeoff checklist. And that's a fun one too. Oh, I'm trying to read the checklist and fly the airplane at the same time. Yeah, I don't like this profile, Bob. I'm going to go back to the one I have. I'm going to tweak this a little bit, maybe make it more like the other one I have.
Alaska 1278, contact Seattle Center 128.15.
Center on 128.15, Alaska 1278.
Yeah, we totally spaced on the before takeoff. We're going to do after takeoff. Flaps up, no light, gear, up and off. Air conditioning, bleeds and pressurization. Set. Terrain display selected if required. Lights are set. After takeoff check is complete. Yeah, I'm actually gonna change this profile. It's way too. Is there a curve in it, Vodka? I'm gonna have to look at it. Yeah, because it won't fly. And this is what I was testing: is the hand flying aspect of this updated NG in 2024. It definitely feels different in 2024, and I've noticed that if I had the same profile from 2020 on my yoke, it didn't quite feel right. I had to tune down some of the settings I had in from 2020 on my yoke. Maybe we should go here. Tutco, I missed the bank angle checks. My goodness, man, hold on. I'll get to you in just a second. Sorry, dude. Let me hand fly this turn here real quick. don't even... Bank angle check went off? I don't even hear it go off. I'll have to fix it too. Alright, there's 10,000 feet. Yeah, it's gonna drive me nuts if I keep switching between the two. Oh yeah, the alert box was off because we were in the takeoff cam. There we go. Showing up now still. Bring this out of the way so it's not
now 1,400 feet.
If Day 4 doesn't break a boatload of stuff in the 7th release, it can happen when I create it 24 in January. Vodka, why can't you create it in December? You need to start getting it set up right now. Turn the sim sounds down 50%. I'm using my Bravo for the heading too. Makes it better than scrolling. Yeah, but you want to get it set up, Vodka. You want to get your sim set up before it releases. That way you can fly day one. Oh, we have to change the FMC. I have heading mag. It's track mag. I've checked. So I need to start getting used to track mag in the Boeing. So let me mess with that in my PMDG setup. Aircraft displays, I believe is what it is. Track up. There we go. There we go. I fixed it. See? I gotta get used to it. It hurts my head, but I gotta stop overthinking it.
United 357, contact Seattle Center 126.6.
Contact Seattle Center 126.6, United 357. Take care. Seattle Center, United 357, passing 15,500 feet for flight level 180 direct lava.
The 737 is a good test for Bose Pro flights because it's really loud up here. I know, Jeremy. Yeah, I get to use the Bose Pro flights in the 737 now.
Maintain flight level 370, United 357.
370, up we go. Ooh, get some turbulence. I want to put the autopilot on, look at the wing view. See our physics-based turbulence. Alright, 370 is set. We're trimmed out. Come on, day. Full screen cam. Let's park it here on the wing view for a little bit. Oh, that's beautiful. Sounds okay? Too loud? Not loud enough? We'll get those fixed up. Alright, so what did we miss? We totally missed the before takeoff checklist. Before takeoff checklist consisted of the takeoff data and bugs, closeout received and checked, flaps 5, green light, stab trim 4.8 units, takeoff brief completed, HUD set, generators on, air conditioning and bleeds auto and set. Below the line, MCP and ND checked runway 10, PA completed, lights set. So we totally omitted that checklist switch. That's not good. It's alright. We're working though. Getting there. Ooh, a little bit of sunlight background. If you want to finally get a live stream, I'll usually get to see the playback. Andrew, what's up, man? Welcome on board, dude. Glad to have you here live. The wing flex looks really good. The wing flex, I totally agree, man.
108 Delta Delta, Seattle Center, radar
Let's set this view right here. What view is this? Is this my second view? Dang it. I gotta reset it. Ah, had it perfect. That's the view I want right there. Be prepared to go through many pairs of shoes because they'll be scuffed from climbing into the seat behind the yoke. Well, I've been wearing the same pair of boots for 15 years, so we're going to keep rolling with them. Boots are permitted per uniform policies. I was very excited to see that. As long as they're black tactful, I believe is what it is. Does it say tactful? No, it says black soles. Like no crazy pattern. Fix it, streamline. Oh my gosh, Tudeco, my man. I forgot. Well, here's the thing, Tutko. I gotta actually, give me a second. Did it go off? Did you hear it go off at all? It's been so long, I don't even know how to log into it. What is this called? That was a bank angle check, which goes under what? Streamlabs. It's been so long, man. I'm not even synced with my my channel. Yeah, it wasn't even synced. My bad, man. My bad, T-Tut Company. All right, we're logging in. Tutco. There it is. Proof to every operator is different. Most operators remove the yellow stripes from the wipers before use. V1 does not. Dude, I cannot believe it, man. What's wrong with the volume? Too loud? This does seem kind of loud. I'll turn it down. Yeah, dude. I cannot believe I had those wiper covers on my wiper blades. And then today, of course, I get to my truck this morning, drive down, completely frozen over, man. We had a frost last night. So now I'm afraid to use my wiper blades. I wish I would have kept the strips on because I could have used it to scrape the frost off. I could have turned them on high with those plastic covers. I didn't want to tear up my brand new wiper blades that I haven't used. So I'm out there with a little Chick-fil-A free Frosty card because they messed up my order. And I'm like scraping a little hole in my window so I could drive back down to training. But yeah, I can't believe it, man. I still have them with me here. I'm going to keep them. We're going to keep these yellow strips for a while. And I can't believe it, man, because there's no rain now forecasted for whoever knows how long. And I drove, I mean, it was a serious downpour, dude. I live an hour and a half from where I need to get down there, where I needed to be, and an hour and a half pouring rain. And I'm using wipers with freaking covers on them. It's unbelievable. Bill's Mafia, thank you for the $2 super chat. How different is the NG from the Max system-wise? Bill's Mafia, that is a great question, my friend. And I got to be honest with you, man. There's actually quite a bit as far as training materials goes. Now, as far as functional differences out on the line, I'm obviously gonna have to report back. But I will tell you this: I have an extra sim session for Max training and differences. I have a couple extra online training programs I have to complete for Max differences, and then in the manuals. So like I'm learning flows, right? So what a flow is, it's let's set standard here. What flows are, if you're unfamiliar with the term in airline world, is it's a direction of manipulating a panel and accomplishing items on that panel, and then you check it with the checklist. Now, what's kind of catchy about that is not all items in the flow are on a checklist, so you got to make sure you know your flows. And in the flows, there's expanded flows. So, like the flow may say, check the fuel panel. All right, it may say fuel panel check in the flow, but if you go to the expanded flow, it says make sure you have 4 low pressure illume lights, make sure if you have 0 in the center tank, make sure there's no lights out, both pumps are off. So it's an expanded section. Now, in the books, we also have fleet variations, right? And there is a whole nother section with a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing is there's like, okay, on the NGs, this is what we do, and then on the Max, you have to do this in addition to. So there's a lot of little things in there that I wouldn't expect that, but there actually are differences. And like, so flow state, you know, you come down this panel, you come down this panel, come down this panel, come down this panel, come down this panel, then you go across on the lights, right? So that would be an overhead flow. You're obviously not going to call all of this out on the checklist, but you're flowing through the systems and the switches, and the Max has their own set of switches and systems. Might be able to find an example for you here because there is one in the originating flow. Let me see if I can pull it out real quick. Why can't I find it? Expanded. So for instance, let me just read this for you. So on the origination flow that we were looking at, differences between a MAX and an NG, just as one quick example. So on the NG, aft overhead annunciator panel set, that's part of the flow. But the expanded is the PSEU light, check extinguished, and GPS light, check extinguished, which are, right, well here's the GPS light. I'm going to be completely honest with you, I don't know what a PSEU light is, but it's not supposed to be on. Okay, so boom, boom. But the MAX flow expanded says PSEU light extinguished, GPS light extinguished, elevator jam, landing assistance switch guarded, assist on light extinguished, maintenance light extinguished, ILS light extinguished, GPS light extinguished. So those are things that we would check on the MAX versus the NG, right? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 additional things to look at on a MAX just in the aft overhead annunciator panel light, right? And that kind of continues on. So the engine panel, which would be here, right? The NG, all we're checking for is reverser lights extinguished. On the MAX, reverser command light extinguished, reverser air guard or air ground light extinguished, reverser limited lights extinguished. Then we have both engine control extinguished, EEC switches on, right? So you got to be careful as you go through these, as you're learning. I guess really I'm the one that needs to be careful, making sure that I am also keeping that MAX in there as well, because I will be
SkyWest 950 Juliet, Seattle Center, radar contact.
responsible for knowing MAX information. What was I going to do? I got to turn the barrel mins off.
United Tree 57, contact Seattle Center 1 Tree 2.6.
Personally, I like the NG over the MAX. The only win for the MAX is the winglets for me.
United 357, take care.
I'll let you know when I actually fly both of them.
Seattle Center, United 357, good afternoon, out of flight level 326 for flight level 370.
United 357, Seattle Center, copy.
Anna, there has not been, there never will be, and there never was, so
Southwest
just a good way to get banned.
Descend via Hood 5 arrival. Portland landing runway 10 left. Altimeter
Yep, Caleb's, we took off out of Seattle, man.
Descend via Hood 5 arrival. Portland landing.
Do the CEO and NEO have differences similar? You know what, Ryanowski? Just on my first impressions of the Boeing, you know, in terms of just my first impressions of going through the manuals and stuff, I gotta be honest, I think Airbus is much more streamlined going from a NEO to a CEO. Like there's, I mean, well obviously the cockpit, if you just look at the cockpit, right, the Boeing NG versus the MAX, the cockpit displays, I mean it's essentially it's a 787 from the MCP down, right, as far as the displays are concerned. Whereas on the Airbus, everything is exactly the same. The only thing that's different physically in a NEO cockpit is you're going to have dual cooling switch on the overhead if you have Pratt & Whitney's. That's, I think literally that's the only physical difference in the cockpit. Now, right, you might have N1s versus Zeepers if you have IE engines, and then you have a NEO engine, you have N1s. But as far as a physical change, what airport, Seattle? I took off from Portland, Mustafa. We took off from Portland. Not Seattle. Took off from Portland. PSU light means pain for mechanics. I like the engine cowlings on the MAX more than the NG. I'll tell you what. I like the head-on view of the MAX better than the NG. Like when you look at a MAX head-on, and it's got those winglets out there and those big motors. But I do not like the side view from the MAX because it has the taller landing gear, a taller nose gear in the front, and it just looks wrong, in my opinion. I like the lowrider look of the NG, so when you see a MAX from the side, it looks like it's, I don't know, it looks off to me. Any thoughts on the AD for the 320? That was pretty wild, man. Props to Airbus, 12 hours, they had it fixed, right? That actually stemmed from that JetBlue flight. Remember that JetBlue flight that nosed over the Gulf? Injured like 20 people? That was part of the problem. Solar flares, man. So, but props to Airbus, they got it fixed. It was an ELAC problem.
Expect hood 5, runway 10 left.
But not every Airbus was affected. But yeah, that caused mayhem for a lot of people on Friday because there were guys that were leaving class. So on Friday you got to go home, and a lot of guys were at the airport trying to get on a flight home for the weekend, and then everyone was grounded. One of my buddies in class was on the takeoff roll. They rejected. They got a no takeoff, like they were told to return to the gate. So they did a low speed abort at like 60 knots and had to go back to the gate, deplane, do a software fix. The Max looks a bit off. Those engines are a bit too big. The Classics look better. Yeah, I think the Classics are the best. Do I know if this will come out this month? I do not know the release date other than soon TM. When I interviewed Mr. Rondazzo, he mentioned that he hoped to have them out before or around Christmas time, right? At least one variant before the new year, and then a couple other variants into the new year. I don't know which variants. I'm assuming the 800 is going to come first because that's the one that we're flying right now. But I do not have an official release date. I imagine it's going to be pretty soon, though, because unless they found something on their end, I would imagine it's pretty soon. All right, here we go. We're leveling off at flight level 370. Yeah, one soon, two more by end of year, think. Last one to jam. Maybe that's what it was, Vodka. Yeah, that's what it was.
108 Delta Delta, flight level 190.
That nozo reminds me of Qantas Flight 72. Yeah. Yeah, that was, and you know what's so amazing about that Qantas flight was the captain having the wherewithal, the calmness, the systems knowledge to go up there and drive the aircraft into alternate law so he could get control. We did not train that prior to that incident. After Qantas Flight 72, that then became part of our normal training, and it was just basically said, look, if at any moment the Airbus is trying to kill you, reach up here and you shut these off, force it in alternate mode, right? Now it relaxes all that protection stuff. So the fact that he did that without any prior, practicing in the sim, it's really good. But yeah, we trained for that after. I don't know what happened on the JetBlue flight. I don't know if they had to do something similar or what, but yeah, it switched to ELAC 2 data or something, and it dropped down. Have I ever thought about flying the Hot Star Challenger? Nah. The X-Plane 12, to me, it was a fun little stint there to get back in the NGs. Now, what I do miss is the bare metal. I don't have any bare metal liveries yet, at least on the pre-release ops center. We've got 3 American liveries that'll come with this airplane, but my favorite is bare metal, right? We have no bare metal Aero Mexico. We have the new Aero Mexico. There's like 70 liveries that come in Ops Center 3. A lot of really good ones, but no bare metal, unfortunately. So I'm looking forward to seeing the bare metal stuff when this releases. But yeah, X-Plane 12, I was itching to fly an NG. That kind of drove me back into it. The Felis is amazing, and I've got to be honest with you, I was really enjoying the, Rotate MD-11 with all of our mods. We might dabble back into that. Like, I'm not completely over the MD-11 yet, I got to be honest with you. I still love some tri-jet action. Somebody watched a KLM go-around video on YouTube, and it got populated in my suggested watch videos. I watched it this morning, actually. And I want to fly the MD-11 again. But I'm kind of trying to hold out for TFDI's update. I don't know what's happening with that. I don't know when that's going to release or what, but V1, when you're fully trained and getting ready to go on the line, will you do a couple of full prep? Oh my goodness, of course, Fubar. I fully intend to do some check ride profiles in the sim. Get myself extra prepared, Man, beautiful clouds 2024 showing out today. What airplane did you fly before the 32X? Embraer E-Jet series. 170, 190. And if you work for Mesa, 170, 175. But yeah, I flew 170s, 175s, and E190s. I flew E190 at a 121 carrier, and I also did some charter contract work on that. And then I went to the bus. TFDI has no mention of release date, but they're updating a lot of stuff. Brand F Sim Pilot, I saw that, and I saw they did a full flight in like 2020. Not too long ago, right? We'll just accept the clearance. We're going to do our own. We're going to do our own approach when we get down there at Jackson Hole. But what will you be flying going forward? It's the 7-3. You're looking at it right here. You're looking at it. Let's go ahead and turn seatbelt sign off. You're now free to move about the cabin. And I'll tell you what, let's get ourselves a little jump seat view here. Let's get used to looking at this beautiful bird. So I'm also kind of excited in training, since it's a PIC type, I get to do some HUD work as well. It'll be my first ever airliner HUD experience. And I'm going to see if it's as weird as it is flying SimWorld. Like, I don't like using the HUD in Flight Sim. Never use it. But real world, it's actually a pretty powerful tool. Allows us to get down pretty low. So I get to check out on the HUD, which will be cool. Even though I won't be flying with the HUD, there's no HUD in the first officer's side. But because, like I said, because of the check ride will be a full type ride, you have to get some HUD experience. Marcus says, I finally bought the Mad Dog since it was 25% off and the auto pack was on sale for 20%. Ooh, hey man, that's a great deal. You got both the Mad Dog and the sound pack for 20% off. I bet you love that airplane. I really enjoy flying it in the sim, to be honest with you. Mad Dog, I really like to. Stream looks really sharp. Good, man. Yeah, we're streaming 2K. So if you have 2K monitor, take full advantage of that, because I'm uploading at 35,000 megabytes or whatever it is. Should be able to get a nice 2K picture here. But yeah, cockpit is looking great right now. The sun coming through the windows. Are you nervous about getting typed in the 7.3? Nah, man, not nervous. Excited. I just want to get I need to get in the sim, or like in the FTD trainers, which it's great. You can access them whenever you want to go down there and study. Get on, like, you sit in the paper cockpits, practice flows. I'm excited, man. I'm really looking forward to it. That's part of why, you know, I wasn't upset about it at all, because I was going into it with the fact that I'm going to choose 737 because I just wanted something. I wanted something new. So, Any Builds confirmed the development of the L10 was going smooth. Really? Well, that's good. And Aerodynamics DC-10 still in full development. I did see that update in the Discord. Somebody posted it. I'm not holding my breath for anything from for that DC-10. It looks good, but like I said, I'm not going to hold my breath. L1011, I'm excited to hear that. What a Christmas present. Do you know what liveries will be implemented? Max Speed Eagle. There are over 70 liveries in the Ops Center. If it's a major airline, it probably has a livery for it. Now, there's going to be a lot more options once the aircraft is released and all the painters get their hands on it. I'm sure you'll see a lot of their favorite liveries from Flight Sim TO make their way over to the NG as well. Somebody needs to make some bare metal stuff. Aero Mexico bare metals, American bare metals. Who else had a bare metal 7.3? Anybody else? I feel like there's a couple more I'm missing. You could do like the Eastern remake, Eastern wannabe bare metal. You'll be smashing the landing gears on the first 3 months. Can't wait. US Air. Yep. Oh, the Astrojet, that's my favorite. Of all the American liveries, Astrojet is my favorite one. That one is awesome. I'd go Astrojet than the regular bare metal American. But yeah, Astrojet livery is really good. Hopefully, Whiskey Throttle gets a hold of that, or the Hughes team gets a hold of that, and they do a really good Astrojet. Have I flown the 7.3 in real life? Not yet, David. Not yet. I just got assigned the 7.3 though, so soon, TM. I'm still not on 24 yet because my GTX 1071 handled it. I swear it overheats just watching the streams. You flew on Astrojet once from Guatemala City. It had a standard tricolored nose cone. Yeah. It's got the black on the nose. It's awesome. Guess we get some tunes in here. Looking at our progress page, we got 218 miles to go. I think it's Christmas jazz time, Chad. It is December 2nd. It is Christmas jazz time. Are you going to fly practice circuits in the 7.3 before? Nope, we don't do that in the U.S. They do not do that in the U.S. You go from the sim to the line. Oh yeah. Now that, I feel like I'm in a United commercial. Guatemala City. Ryan, did you fly to Miami from Guatemala City on the 7.3 Astrojet? What's for dinner? I had a poke bowl before I started the stream. And actually, you know what? I think the wife's making gnocchis tonight. My kids will probably eat them all, though. I'm on the 1 meal a day program, though, so I'm probably not going to have dinner. I gotta. It's a new year, new me, although it's not January 1st yet, but I gotta get ready. I gotta get in shape for my 737. Do you know if the captain's HUD, do you know if the captain uses the HUD often? Yes. Takeoff and landing, the HUD is used. And all Cat 2 and 3 landings, or Cat 2 landings, are all hand flown to the HUD with the HUD. Jesse, take care, man. Got to get back into game shape. Carb cut time. Exactly, AJ. Exactly. As a 7.3 pilot, can you fly an NG one day on the max? Yeah, you can fly them the same day. You can do your first leg in an NG, and the next leg would be in a max. Spurious Podge, I believe it is SOP. I haven't been paying too much attention yet to the captain flows, but I know it says HUD set, so I'm pretty sure it is SOP to use the HUD for takeoff and landing. I did get assigned a base, Mustafa. I did. Honolulu, Hawaii. Do you have any advice for someone trying to be a pilot? Well, go out and do an intro flight first. Go out to a local airport. See if you can't do a little intro flight. Fly around for 15 minutes. And if you still like it, get a medical. And then from there, if you pass the medical, my recommendation would be to get your ratings as quickly as you can. What? Honolulu, man. Come on. Gotta start doing surf streams. I hope he gets Denver base. How much he loves it. Oh my gosh. Get me started. All 427 runways. I never use the HUDs in Sim, so I still can't really associate them with the tube liners. Same. I'm hoping I change my mind when I see the actual HUD in the full motion Sim, but we'll see. What do I mean medical? So to become an airline pilot, you need to hold a first class medical certificate. So, and actually to get your student pilot license, it's actually, you have to get your medical as well. So you want to make sure that you pass the medical before thinking about investing too much money and stuff, because if you can't for whatever reason hold a first class medical, or maybe you find out you need corrective lenses, you want to do all that beforehand before you dive into training. You age twice as fast as normal in Denver. True. Take the train to commute to Honolulu. What about computer performance? PMDG versus Fenix. Mach Speed Eagle performance is great on the NG. It's what you expect from PMDG. I think PMDG has always been one of the best performing airplanes in terms of performance in the sim. That's been out there. So it's right now, like when I say, oh, it's Fenix and PMDG are the same optimization, I would say that's true. But current Fenix, because if you look at old Fenix V1, it was very perf heavy. But the latest rendition of Fenix is pretty good. And I honestly, I haven't flown the Fenix lately, but I've noticed no difference. I'll put it this way: I've noticed no degradation in performance with the 7.3, at least on this current build version that I'm rocking. When I got one version early on, I mentioned this yesterday. I got one version early on, and it was not as good as I was hoping, but obviously there must have been something going on, because they pushed out a couple different versions, and this is much. I mean, it's great. I mean, there's no issues at all. Let's get our jump seat view on here, and I'm going to start looking at charts real quick. I'm going to put you guys on the jump seat. I'm going to actually pull up my actual charts, so I can see if there's any special stuff. But we want to do the RNAV X-ray, right? United Island Hopper Guam 7.3. Yeah, my buddy that does that, actually. I got a buddy that does that. There's some arrivals. Should we do an arrival? No. Guess not. They're not from this direction. Oh no, I was looking at the wrong airport. Never mind. Okay, we want to do the RNAV X-ray from Toga. That's what we want to do. Or the, oh no, RNAV Yankee Toga? What's the difference? RNAV X-ray from Toga. All right, DBS to Toga. Yeah.
United 357, turn right, heading 185, intercept the 19er localizer, vectors for the approach. Turn right, heading 185,
Alright, I'm going to change freaks for beyond ATC. Show us the wing view. Which one you want? Here? Let's see here. We got some emphasis items. Short runway, high altitude airport. Go around rejected landing is required if a touchdown is not accomplished within the first 1,000 feet. Due to high terrain, one pilot should actively monitor terrain. Review applicable engine out. Emphasis items for arrivals. Check minimum IFR altitudes, MSAs, MORAs. Use EGPWS in terrain mode for enhanced situational awareness. Night visuals prohibited. Expect turbulence on approach. Seek the flight attendants below 18,000. When landing 19, plan to turn off no later than Alpha 1. Tower is closed, blah, blah, blah. Ramp space extremely limited. Hazards. Isla Zulu is the preferred approach for 19, but we're not doing that. RNAV approach. RNAV X-ray 19. A319 landing restrictions. We don't have to worry about that because we're not an A319 chat. Special A319 engine start procedures. Don't have to worry about that. Cool. All right. RMP 10. 67, 77, or 326. Yeah, before the markers, pretty much. So Toga, watch it be 12. Progress. We're looking good. What did I say the barrel was? 6,000. Does it even go that high? Does this even go to 6? We'll be here all day. Can I just set a radio min? Finally, first time can chat, but V1 is legal landing. Oh, there we go. 6,000. 677. Oh my gosh. No. Go back. All right. 677. No. 6777. All right. I gotta get rid of this song. Yep. Cheers. All right. All right. Barrow is set. We got, I tell you what, let's put terrain on this side. We'll have weather on the first officer side. That looks good. Let me get used to running my real landing performance data. We can run it here first, and then I'm going to run my landing app. So performance tool, landing and route, import OFP. We're going to do runway 19. Aircraft details, import the weather. Winds 210 at 10. Calculate. What? That's not good. Flap 40. Auto brakes 3. Landing distance 62.99. Really? All right, let me do my landing calculator. Put you back out on the wing. Ooh, that's kind of a hot. You like window or no? I like window. That's kind of a vibe too, though. There's so many good views. I just love having the NG in the sim. All right. What was I going to look at? Oh, yeah, landing calculator. So, we are 737NG. We're going to do flaps 40. Landing weight. What did we say what landing weight was going to be? 133.9. We'll round you up to 134. Pressure altitude. We gotta run that up. Outside air temp was like minus something, right? Braking action dry. I'm getting 7,500 here. Hold on. No, I'm not using ForeFlight. I'm using my real world charts. I'm trying to get used to them. 131.8. Oh, I ran that as 131.8. So we'll do 132. And we'll do dry. Auto brake 3. Actually, we probably should run. Should we run wet? We should run. We'll run dry. What's the pressure altitude? 6440 is field elevation. Can't do this one. So mine says 7436 landing distance. A little bit more conservative than what we got here on this one. But I think that doesn't take into account. Oh no, this says 5628, 6299. 29086. No reverse credit. Yeah, we don't typically run reverse credit. Wait. Why does it say temp? 16. Outside air temperature -2. Still 7,400. We'll go auto brake 3. Set. And let's pull out the actual chart here. Arrival. Airport. 10-9. 6,300 feet. Yeah, something. I must have something wrong in my landing app. $6,300. What did this say? $56.28. Yeah, we don't have a whole lot to play with. VREF of 140. We'll do flaps 40, 136. Man. Yeah, we won't have a whole lot of room to play with there. All right. Alaska phased out the 900, keep the 900 ER. Yeah. They got rid of the 900 straight wing, which was, I like seeing that one. The Sim Love Pilot, thank you for the $2 super chat, man. Do you use any color enhancements for 2020? Sim Love Pilot, this is actually 2024, and no, this is 100% default. The only add-on here is the PMDG 737-800. Oh, wow. Let's do an outside view for a minute. Whew. Sleek looking. I don't know if it's because I'm going to be flying the 737 now, but it does look, it looks sexier than an Airbus. Be honest with you. The Airbus just looks comfortable, you know? The 7.3, she's got that look. Greetings from the Netherlands. What's going on, man? Good to see it. Hashtag trader. I mean, come on. Fubar, for real? Let's make a poll. Here we go. The definitive poll. Definitive. As an Airbus simp, the Boeing does look nicer. Yeah, I think it's got to do with the nose, you know? It's all about the nose, I think. Sea Captain Overspeed, I like how low to the ground it is. It's the nose. Who doesn't love a pointy nose? Right, Dougal? How's it going, man? So, and this is why I put 320 specifically, because I do think the 321 Sharklet or the 321 Neo Sharklet with the masking is really good looking too. You'd have to compare that to a 900, but just 800, which is the middle of the road, 320, middle of the road. Because the 321 Neo Sharklet with the eye masking is pretty hot. It's your mini 7.5. But then you'd have to compare a 900. And I'll be honest with you, I actually don't really like the look of the 900 7.3 that much. Ooh, 7.3 Max. From the head-on view, I would agree. I think the 7.3 Max is nice. I don't like the way the Max looks from the side. It looks like it's on stilts. Or just... The 7.3 Max forgot to do leg day. The 7.3 NG just... Never did. Or, I don't know. Doesn't have legs. 320 was champagne, easy to drink and classy. The 7.3 is a bourbon. Uh-oh, what did AJ say? Uh-oh. 7.4 greater than everything. Agreed. Man. The more I don't know, man. 7.4 L1011. I don't know. That'd be a tough one for me. I think I'd agree Eastern T3, though. 7.4 greater than everything. And then I'd have to put the tri-jet in there. I'd have to go 7.4 tri-jets, then 7.5. Jeremy, I extremely dislike the 787 nose. I'm so disappointed in Boeing's design decision for the 787. If they would have kept the theory going here of the pointy nose, I think it would look amazing. The A350 is, in my opinion, the only Airbus that looks better than its Boeing counterpart. I think the 350 looks better than the 78. All the other airplanes, I think Boeing has the edge aesthetically. Although I may go A330 over 7.6, you know. I think the 330 is... The 7.6 is just kind of weird. It's just big, wide body. 7.3 on steroids. The A220 Ryanovsky, I mean, it's not a bad-looking regional jet. Not a bad-looking RJ. L1011 cabin was the last remnant of companies not having infinite agree they have now. Yes, you're right, Ocean Man. Agree the 7.8 doesn't look great. 350 does look better, yeah. And it's kind of shocking because, I mean, I feel like it could have looked so much better. But they ran it into the terminal building. A 787 looks like it taxied into the terminal building. Isn't the 777 a 330 competitor? Is it? I guess you could say that. I thought the 777... Well, the 777, I think technically Bill's mind. The 777 is what killed the 340. But the 7.6 and 330 kind of in there. I don't know. Either way, yeah, the 777... I take a lot of flack for this. I know the 777 is great and all. It doesn't do it for me. I think it looks better than the 7.8, but a 777, I don't know. I'd rather look at a 7.5 or 350. Which is uglier, the Beluga or the Dreamlifter? Beluga. Dreamlifter just looks somewhat like an airplane. Beluga is so weird, man. The 7.6 does look old. It does look odd, I think. Was a passenger in L1011 twice, mid-90s, fantastic? Yeah, man. I flew an L1011 to Hawaii. Still have the tickets. Loved it, man. Or was it a DC-10 to Hawaii? I can't remember. I thought it was, no, I think it was an L1011. ATA L1011 to Hawaii, yeah. 777 feels like a giant 7.3 with updated tech. Yes, Jeremy, yeah, true. Yeah, the L1011 for me is like peak just awesomeness. DC-10 look cool too, but there's something about the S-Duck, man. The L1011, 727. L1011 across the pond with Freddie Lake here. Nice, Dougal. What's the A300 counterpart for Boeing? I guess you could argue the 7.6 versus A300, right? Would that be the competitor, 7.6 versus A300? I actually don't know. The A300 was before the 7.6, wasn't it? So this is where I lose my airline. I need to do aviation history buffs. The A300 was... the A300 is what pretty much started killing off the tri-jet program. Because they started doing ETOPS, right? They had the 7.6, 777, killed off 3 engine airplanes. I wish I put more powerful engine on the L1011. The engines... well, Jeremy, the problem... well, so what happened, Jeremy, is Rolls-Royce and Lockheed, they settled specifically on that motor because they built so much more. That airframe was dependent on that motor, which is what made it so advanced, or part of what made it so advanced. But then when that motor had issues, that was part of the downfall of the L1011. But now we have the RB211s, which are like one of the most successful engines ever. So it catapulted Rolls-Royce into making a really good engine that is still out there today. But it was kind of a nail in the coffin for the L1011 because they had issues, and they couldn't do an engine swap on it. The DC-10, you could order it with multiple engine variants. My issue with the L10 is the tail looks like a cat that got its tail chopped off. I prefer the MD-11 DC-10 to look at the L10. The S-Duct is cool, but better on the 7.2. Mustafa, somebody escort this man out of here. It's just erroneous. Erroneous. I'm a dog person anyway. Ooh, look at that. Sparkly wingtip. Wow, we're going to get a sunset night into this place. I'm kind of scared. Making airframe specific to an engine is suicide. Yeah, well, that's part of the reason why it didn't last very long. But when you think about it, there's a lot of good videos. So I'm super nerdy. Like when I get sick or like I can't go to sleep, I turn on like nerdy aviation videos, like, oh, the history of the L1011. Now, the L1011 I actually was obsessed with before YouTube became really popular, so I used to read stuff about the L1011. But there's a lot of good videos out there now that you can watch. I watched one the other day that talked about, I think it was the rise and fall of the L1011 or something, and that guy did a really good job. I don't know the name of the channel, or else I'd drop a link, but I think it was like rise and fall of the L1011, something like that. Some really good info and really good video too. Like that's what keeps me interested, seeing all the shots, like the plane spotter views of these airplanes back in the day when aviation was just heyday, man. You had so much variety out there. Now plane spotting is, to be honest with you, it's like a shell of what it was in the 90s. Yeah, people actually used to read. Believe it or not, I used to read the was it the Just Flight L1011? I think it was a Just Flight. I used to read the box, the CD-ROM, when I was on the toilet. You know, I used to put the manuals, like Microsoft Flight Simulator used to come with paper manuals, and I'd have that. That was my reading material for the loo. You know, I'd have those all in there. You could read that stuff, or you read the back of the shampoo and conditioner bottles over and over again. Now people just tweet. Flight Force, what's up, my man? Thanks for the 45 months support. How you doing, man? Flight Force, my man. Hey, Flight Force. So, I know you got that Airbus throttle. There's a Boeing throttle that I really want. I hope they have one at Expo. You gonna be at Expo next year, Flight Force? The FS 2004 manual. Yep, Fubar. Was 2004 the one with the Concorde on it? Or was that 2000? I always get them mixed up. The Comac hasn't crashed. What about it? Is it pretty safe? The Comac. I just don't think it was that popular. It wasn't very efficient, right? Oh, we got to set lower altitude here. We're coming up on TOD. We'll set, we're not going to use beyond ATC. I'm going to leave it run, but I switch frequencies, so we'll have traffic. But, I'm not going to listen to them to give me vectors. I want to shoot an RNF. So we'll set 12,900 feet. Get ready to start down here. Oh, the level D. You know what, thrust set? I always forget. I always forget to mention the level D. The level D 767 was like the original Fenix. That airplane was so phenomenal. I remember playing with that airplane on my laptop in college during, like, we were doing weight and balance class or something. And I just remember I would have the level D76 on FSX playing in the background of my laptop. That thing was awesome, man. $2D panels, man. I loved it. It's crazy. I couldn't. Oh, people are like, oh, virtual cockpit. I was like, ew, I don't like this. Give me my 2D panels. 2D panels, your pop out overhead. I miss 2D panels, man. Still waiting for the Just Flight Fokker 100 to be released. Ah, so you know what? What do you guys think about this? I'm glad the poll is 72% Boeing. So the PMDG interview is pretty popular. I've had a couple other people reach out to me about doing similar style interviews. And Just Flight, I think, is going to be up next. So I think I'm going to do a post on the community tab for my commercial members. I'm going to open up a thing where we do, if you give me questions you want me to ask, and I will have a Q&A section with developers, and I will take some questions from the commercial members. So I think that's going to be part of it. I got to send them an email today. But yeah, we're going to do Just Flight, and I would love to do another Black Square one. There's a couple out there that remain unnamed for now, but I kind of like that idea. Developer interview. You guys let me know what you think about that. I love the Just Flight stuff, man. I really can't wait for the 100, the Fokkers. Also, the 146 update was pretty huge. I'm going to have to look into that again. Unfortunately, you can imagine the next couple of streams are probably going to be pretty Boeing heavy here. As I take you guys with me along my journey of studying, but we'll sprinkle in some additional stuff. I know there was a pretty big changelog to the 146, which is a great plane. It flies under the radar. So many people forget about it, don't realize it's out there, but it is a fantastic product for what you get. And I've said I've been wanting to do this every year for the last 6 years, of making my recommended add-ons list for Christmas. The 146 series, even the RJ series from Just Flight, they're such unique airplanes, but what you get from what you buy, like how far your dollar goes when you buy one of those, it's incredible. You get multiple variants, phenomenal textures, phenomenal sounds, phenomenal systems. I mean, they are really, really good airplanes. And I don't fly them too much because it's one of those planes that fit into the great airplane to fly, but not an awesome streaming airplane because it's so demanding. But yeah, they had a big changelog for that. So kind of like a podcast. Exactly, AJ. Yep, we're TOD. We're on our way down. I guess I should look at my top of descent flows. Descent flow. Steering lights, fasten seatbelts. Right. We'll let the song play out, then we'll go to work here. Marty, thank you for the 10 euros, man. Appreciate you. V1, you helped me a lot during my pilot training with Airbus Procedures. I had my MCC on a 320 sim, and now you will also be my 7.3 coach. Got my first job flying a PC-12 as of this month. Very cool, man. Love the PC-12. Let me ask you, Marty, when you do an engine start, does that PT6 peak twice on the ITT, or does it just have a continuous increase in ITT and then stall and go up? Or does it actually go up, peak, fall, then go back up? We keep having this debate. But thank you for the 10 years, man. Really appreciate you. Congrats on getting the PC-12 flying job. That's really cool. Blashrod with the $20 super chat as well. Or BS Blashrod. I did my annual jump seat in the Jacskon hole as a dispatcher. The ceilings were lower than Tetons, or lower than the Teton peaks. Still beautiful, though. It was 82 in DFW and 19 degrees when we got there. Good luck with the new job. Hey, very cool, man. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. I have to do some jump seat flights as well for part of training, so I'd like to catch one up to Jacskon Hole. That'd be cool. But thank you so much, man, for the $20 super chat. Appreciate you. And thanks for the info. Thanks for giving me that piece of info, because I may have to look for that for my jump seat qual. Marty says the PC-12, it does peak twice, but not really falling during the peaks. Okay, so would one call it like maybe a delay in ITT, right? So like it comes up, settles down, then goes up again, right? Where's Mickey G at when you need him? V1, glad you're progressing well in a new job. Thank you, DJ. Appreciate the support, man.
All aircraft be advised, information echo now current, altimeter 3027.
All right, echoes current. Time to go to work. Sounds are coming back up. We've got terrain mode on. Let's get some background light on. Let's get some of this light on. Panel juice lights on. Everything looks good. All right, down we go. Now, I don't know how to fly RNAV yet in the airplane, so we're going to just do our best. Matter of fact, let's put out the RNAV checklist here. Or RNAV checklist, the RNAV approach. Shanky? No. What did I do? RNAV X-ray. Alright, RNAV X-ray is up. Technically, Toga is should fly over that waypoint. Jacskon Hole is 6,700 or 6,500. That's set, so at 16.5, that'll be our 10,000 footer. Am I a real world pilot? Allegedly. We don't really get Boeing aircraft up here at Jacskon Hole. Mostly United 319 Delta 75 and some E-jets from SkyWest. Oh, really? That's a bummer. Do a Transcon jump seat. No, thank you. I gotta find the shortest 737 route if possible. Look at that down there. Oh my gosh, I love flying to Jacskon Hole. Maybe we should fly out of Jacskon Hole tomorrow. Maybe we should do... How long is it to Dallas? We should take the American One World 7.3 because they have that livery in the op center. Looks pretty good. Jacskon Hole, Dallas. Which, when we went on vacation a couple months ago, when we flew back to Dallas, with my family and I from San Jose. We were on the 737 One World for American, so I got a picture of it. My son there looking out the window. Cool to fly that livery. Ooh, Denver to Eagle. We got to fly out of here. We haven't done... We've flown in here. This will be our second time flying in. It's amazing. I love it. But we should do a departure out of here. We got to figure out where to go from here. Yeah, the Dallas scenery is not great, AJ. You're right. Or we could do a sunset. What if we do a sunset departure? Real-time sunset. Is there any new green dots out we can watch? Ooh, that's 3 hours? Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. What about to Chicago? We haven't done Chicago in forever. Jackson Hole, Chicago? Andrew P., the latest I can tell you is soon. And if it makes a difference, when I first got the airplane, we're getting higher than a van full of hippies here. When I first got the airplane, they were pumping out quite a few updates. Those have really slowed down, so to me that means that they are stabilizing the product, so it could be very soon. Could be very soon. Because when they first started releasing the airplane to streamers and stuff, like internal testing, there was an update, like, I think we had 2 or 3 updates in one day, then there was another update another day, then another update, then another update. It's kind of stabilized, so who knows if that means anything or not. And we need to go ahead and throw the engine anti-ice on. Alright, making the turn, toe cut inbound. I want to do a speed interview here. I'm actually going to start. I want to slow up here. 270 on this going in here. 270 knots. Stow the speed brake. Oh, wing light should be on too. Oh, I never shut off the wing light. Whoops. TAT is right here. Captain overspeed. Right there on the MFD. I gotta say, I like the red and white candy striped antennas. Three Greens, what's up, man? That lighting could put a horn on a jellyfish. What's up, my man? How you doing, Three Greens? Let me get flight recorder ready because it's gonna be juicy. Flight recorder. Man, snow is awesome. Snow and blue hour in this sim. Descent checklist, altimeters 290906 set. Approach preparation completed. Pressurization checked. Terrain display selected. Lights are set. Approach checklist. Or sorry, descent checklist completed. Ooh, that's going to be a hard one to get rid of. Descent checklist. Descent checklist. Actually, we can set the bot. Let's go ahead and set Premo at 8. Set Premo 8,000. There's just so much info going on in the HUD, man. What about the feeler gauge hanging off the bottom of your wingtip for those spicy crosswind landings? Oh yeah, you like that? Alright, we gotta slow it all the way up now. Come back 210. We're at a 16,000. Yeah, we were well out of there, so. Wish they could make those click spots a little bit better for that light. We're going to be way too high for this, guys. I think we're going to be too fast, rather. Alright, 250. Flaps 5 or 250. Flight recorder is recording. Wing FMC. FMC is working just fine. PAP3 is not working. I'm assuming that's because Windwing needs to do an update, Micropane. Yeah, my PAP3 autopilot panel not working. Really unfortunate. That's so fun to use. But the plane's not out yet, so it kind of makes sense. But yeah, the FMC, I can tell you, I'm using it right now. It's working flawlessly. Unless I'm doing something wrong, I don't know why I can't get my PAP3 to work. But I'm pretty sure it's because they got to release an update. Maybe they changed LVARs or something, you know. You hear that? Is that the pressurization valve? The outflow valve? That. Flaps 10. Wow, that looks great. I've never been to Jacskon Hole. Should go up here. Well, I've been to the airport, but I've never gone outside of the airport. 170 knots for spacing. Flaps 40, 136 is our, or actually flaps 40, 136, that'll be our ref approach speed. It's not a cheap place to hang out? I wouldn't think so. Man, X-Plane could never. Look at the Blue Hour. Blue Hour in the sim is a whole nother level. It's the richest town in the whole state? Really, Phoenix guy? What's the rule for flaps and speed brakes in the 7.3? DJ, when I figure it out, I'll let you know, man. Like I said, you're going to come along with me on this journey. I haven't got that far yet. We're still working on the origination flow. I forgot the complete takeoff before takeoff checklist, too. Right below the layer here. That's great. Technically, we turn the EJ lights off. We'll leave it on for just a little until we get that a little bit lower. Runway's in sight. Kind of want to hand fly this approach here. So let me set my throttle levers. Auto throttle's off. I'm going to bug 136. We're supposed to add 5, right? 141. Autopilot's off. Flight director's off. Give me the FPV. Let's do a visual landing here. Why do I have, oh, I'm in approach jail. I think I got an approach jail, right? Is that what happened? Flaps 15. Yeah, this, I like my profile way better, Team Vodka. Flaps 30. 6 knot wind from the right. All right, flaps 40 coming in. Spoilers, arm, green light, landing check before landing, approach briefing. Oh my gosh, I can't read and look down. Approach briefing complete, seatbelts, PA, recall, auto brakes, HUD, radios, speed ring, secure, flaps. Okay, I have to look down to my left to see my checklist. I'm also slow again here. Nothing like adding thrust to go downhill and catch up to 141 here. She seems happier at 136.
500.
Our engine anti-ice is still on.
Approaching minimums.
We're going to be safe.
Minimums.
No Airbus flare.
50, 30, 20, 10.
Oh no, that's a mandatory go around. 100% mandatory go around. I forgot about the 1,000-foot restriction. And my sound panel fell down on touchdown. Not those 1,000-foot markers. Oh yeah, that's a FOPA call. We screwed up on that one, Chad. 100%. Yeah, that was not good. 100% illegal per SOP. I blame Team Vodka's profile because it's too sensitive. Team Vodka's got a weird profile here. My 7.3 profile is better. Alright, let's clean it up. We'll leave those. Well, let's do that. Let's come up. Logo, steady. That's already cleaned up. Alright. Is that legal for the, yeah, too far down the runway. Per SOP, it's got to be 1,000 feet. 1,000 feet. We landed at the end of the touch. We were still in the touchdown zone, but we were way too long. Yet again. I don't know. I feel like that 141 speed was way too hot. I think 136 would have been the way to go. Let's go ahead and park. Is there a spot between the 319? Yeah, we'll go between the 319 over there and unknighted. Spot 7. Nope. Spot 9. Clear right. I'm going to have to start saying that. Or clear right, Cap. Oh, no, spot 6. I'm going to miss taxiing the airplane, I will tell you that. I love taxiing the airplane around on the ground. I'm using the Brunner CLS force feedback, CLS-E Mark II, I believe. Force feedback yoke. And I do not like about the 737 profile. We're going to work on it. I have one that's way better. I'm not sure which line, so we'll just erp it here pretty soon. We'll take this next one. Erp. Brake set. And we're not going to shut them down. Let's just watch the replay. It's 5:30. And we'll just go into replay mode right now. So let me stop the recording. That guy land. There was somebody on final. I kind of want to see what this aircraft is over here on final. Is he way out there, though? Let's see what this airplane is. Hey, Jay, thanks for the $3 super chat. And so it begins the new chapter, new landing excuses. Listen, if the profile is not right, it's a valid excuse. What is this? Is that a little RJ? Let's see. Are they going around? The guy looks high up there. Let's see what this is. 1,000-footers are way up there. Yeah, we should have touched down over here. We landed at the very end of the touchdown zone. I can't tell what this is. Oh, it's a Citation jet. Oh, he smashed it. Absolutely smashed it, but put it down on the markers and then disappeared. So we landed right here. I'm going to leave my camera right here for now. We'll unhook you. Let's go back into replay mode. Let's go ahead and get you set back up. Go ahead and get the flaps coming in. Let's wind the sim time back until... Oh, flashbang. Did you take the yellow guard off the 7.3 profile before I used it? Yes. You'll see what I'm talking about, Vodka. It's it really is a testament to the airplane and how it flies in 2024. It is different. Like it's definitely noticeable how different it is in a good way. So you'll see soon enough when you make the transition to 24. The problem with 2020 is you didn't have as many like parameters to change, I feel like. So now it takes advantage of more resolution in 2024 across the board. That's why it's the best sim. Run this forward here. Double D Worth, I did. I brought him back to the
Traffic.
I brought him back live on stream. All right, flaps 40 is down. Here we go. Yeah, I'm going to keep those windshield wiper blade covers. I'm going to auction them off. Oh, I forgot to check landing rate. Oh my gosh, chat, 147? Look, if you're on the vertical stream, 147. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. 147 foot per minute landing. Better than yesterday. Here we come. I'm still connected to Iveo Premium. Yeah, that's all right. I like the traffic. Yeah, we were I totally spaced on the 1,000-footer. A half mile from the markers. There goes the 1,000-footers. There goes the touchdown zone. Oh, we might not have been legal. Damn. We might not have been legal. I love the deflex of the wing. Did you see that? Watch this. Watch the spoilers come up here. When they actually come up, when they actually deploy. Touchdown spoilers. Look at the wing deflex because the lift is being killed. Love that. Great wing flex. Really good wing flex. Some of the best in the sim, I would say, man. That wing flex looks spot on. Now let's see if we were actually illegal. We legit might have been illegal on this here. I'm gonna brighten it up just a hair. Yep. Oof. 100%. 100% illegal. But were we though? Are we on the ground? Is that on the ground? Oh. Well, the tail is in the touchdown zone. Hold on. Look, you can see the rubber in the paint. Look. That is rubberized texture. That is rubberized texture. This was legal. Hold on, I'm gonna do this in slow-mo. Legal. That was rubber. That was rubber on the touchdown zone marker. Now, granted, like I said, this would be illegal for SOP 100%. Let's see. This is a good view right here. Hold on. Here we go. We're ready to pause it. Here comes the last set of markers, I think. We're off center line too. That's down. That's down. Okay? That's down, and yeah, I don't think we're legal. You know what? I think the
Too low. Terrain.
I think the scenery is wrong. That's what it is. The scenery is wrong, guys. Real world scenery wouldn't be painted like that. Either way, I'm done. I'm gonna get out of here before the comments get too crazy. All right, Mickey G, what's up, man? Yeah, you didn't miss anything. 100% legal, everything was good. Cat Team Vodka, thank you for the 61-month support. After further review, the wheel was in the touchdown zone, kinda, allegedly. Listen. The stream never happened, you never saw me, so I'm not even typed on the airplane, so I don't know what you guys are talking about. It's just, oh, we're still at 0.25 time. But yeah, I think 100% was a scenery error. It wasn't me. But I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to head home. I'm still in my business casual from training, so I'm going to go home. I'm going to do some stuff tomorrow afternoon, but tomorrow evening I plan to stream. We'll probably be... I really want to fly the One World livery, the American One World livery, because that's one I don't think I've ever flown on stream before. So we'll have to come up with a good route for that one. Tomorrow evening-ish, maybe 4 or 5 o'clock, we'll start the stream and then fly into the night. So thank you all for hanging out with me this afternoon. Last minute stream once again. Pretty good though. I like the NG. I like having the NG. That's it. This is going to be a lot of fun. So, you guys have been awesome. Thank you for the big egg and checks. Thank you for the support. Thank you for hitting the like button. Until the next one, enjoy playing away at Jackson Hole. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy. I'll be there. See you.
$1,000.